Hello and welcome. My name is Michaela and I am one of the founders of Honest Birth Talk. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to increase your milk supply. Milk supply can be a really hot topic among mamas that are breastfeeding because, well, when it's not in a bottle, how do we know how much baby's getting? So it can add some stress. But I'm here to tell you, don't stress, okay? If you feel like your milk supply is low, there's some tips and tricks that you can do to boost that milk supply and have a healthy breastfeeding relationship with your baby. First of all, don't stress, because the more that you stress out, the more it can actually hurt your milk supply rather than help it. So try to find a comfy spot in your house and get comfortable and relax. Listen to some calming music and take a deep breath when you're nursing your baby. Believe me, I had the best advice come from my, at the time, 8-year-old son when I was nursing my third child and completely stressing out about it. Mostly because my pediatrician was telling me that I wasn't making enough milk and that my baby wasn't growing. Well, guess what? My baby was only a few days old. My milk hadn't even fully come in yet. And here I was going against all of my intuition and my motherly instincts, listening to this pediatrician that was just causing me stress. And when my 8-year-old son said, "Mommy, you breastfed my sister and I, you can do this," I was able to calm down, relax, and actually realize that I was capable. So, going on to the tips and tricks on how to increase your milk supply. Tip number 1 is to nurse more often. Remember that breastfeeding actually works on supply and demand. So, if your baby is demanding it, you will supply it. Even if your baby does not nurse every single time you offer the breast, just offering the breast can actually increase those hormones for you to produce more milk. So the other thing to consider is to nurse baby skin to skin. So take your shirt off, take your bra off, take baby's clothes off, and place baby on the breast skin to skin, which again can trigger those hormones to produce more milk. Just wrap a nice warm blanket around the two of you and you're off to the races. So that brings me to my next tip. Tip number 2 is get rid of the time limits. I don't know about you, but I was told with my first child that I had to nurse 10 to 15 minutes on one side, 10 to 15 minutes on another side. And I was so caught up in keeping track of the time. Oh, they've nursed, it's been 2 hours. I need, they haven't nursed completely for 10 minutes and they're starting to fall asleep. Throw that all out the window. Again, stressful. So what you're going to want to do is throw those time limits out the window and watch your baby's cues. If baby's rooting around, offer the breast. And nurse till that one side is empty. There is no hard and fast rule saying that you have to nurse on both sides every single time you feed your baby. The goal really is for baby to empty one breast before you offer the next breast. And if that means baby falls asleep on one side and then isn't interested in nursing on the second side, that's okay. Start on that side the next time you breastfeed. Tip number 3 is try not to use any substitutes, at least in the first, I would say 6 weeks, preferably the first, 3 or so months of life, because 1, it can add confusion. 2, let's face it, milk can come out faster from a bottle sometimes than it can from mom's breast. And so if you're trying to increase your milk supply, you really want baby to want to latch on to you more so than a bottle. Tip number 4, perhaps you want to take a nursing vacation. What does that mean? It means dedicate some time, maybe an entire day or 2, to just nursing and spending time with your baby, being skin to skin and bonding with baby. Let other people bring in food and water and really take that time to just bond and be together, because that in itself will help boost your milk supply. All right, the next tip is, I'm going to keep saying this, try and relax. Again, this can be, for something that's so natural, it can actually be a pretty stressful process. So deep breaths. Don't be like me and have your shoulders raised to your ears. Make sure that when you're breastfeeding, you bring baby to breast as opposed to bringing you to the baby, because that's going to cause all sorts of tension and problems and could possibly interfere with baby's latch. All right, next, consider the food that you're eating. Not just what you're eating, but how much you're eating. So when you're pregnant, you might have heard the old saying that, you're eating for two, so you can eat whatever you want. Well, in actual fact, you need more calories while you're breastfeeding than you do when you're pregnant. So aim for 300 to 500 more calories per day in your diet. When you're establishing breastfeeding, that is not the time to go on a diet and try to lose your weight. You really need to make sure that you're fueling your body with great things that are going to help boost your milk supply. Some of those things include ginger, fennel, flaxseed, and a whole laundry list of other foods that can help boost your milk supply, and we'll put a list of that below. Also, supplements. Consider taking some supplements that have those ingredients in them. One of our favorite supplements is made and brought to you by Euphoric Herbals. This is Milky Mama tea, and it has red raspberry leaf, alfalfa, fennel seed, blue vervain, oat straw, citrus peel, and a hint of stevia. There have been many success stories with clients that have used Milky Mama while trying to boost their milk supply. Also, very important thing to consider is baby's latch. One, if it is toe curling painful when you are latching baby, that is not a proper latch. So please consider looking or contacting a lactation consultant, and also join some breastfeeding support groups, because having that support can make all the difference in the world when you're ready to just throw in the towel and end your breastfeeding journey. But if that's not what you want, gain support. So talk to your provider, because there might be some other things that are going on. Perhaps baby has a lip tie or a tongue tie. Those things can actually affect your milk supply. And so the good news is it can be corrected. And if it's corrected in a timely manner, then you can absolutely be successful in your breastfeeding journey. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to comment below or contact us. You can reach our website at www.honestbirthtalk.com, or you can email us at honestbirthtalk@gmail.com. One more suggestion that I completely forgot. Switching sides. You don't have to switch sides, like I said, every time you breastfeed. However, if you're really wanting to increase your milk supply, offer the breast, and if baby gets sleepy, you can take baby off the breast, change its diaper, talk to him or her, tickle their little toes, and kind of wake them up again to offer the next side of the breast. So I hope these tips help you and that you can have a wonderful, successful breastfeeding journey. Bye for now. If I can figure out how to turn it off.